Yeah, I mean, just on this thread, I had a different question, but just on this thread, I guess when you're looking, like maybe you slide in DMs, maybe you meet people in person, what do you think actually makes you want to escalate it from, I guess, talking to someone to actually meeting up with them? And why would you keep someone as just talking to them and not actually trying to like escalate?
Great question. Okay. So first one, what would make a guy want to escalate things, like to actually meet up? If the conversation is good, obviously if he finds her attractive, he probably wouldn't be talking to her if he didn't find her attractive anyway. I think part of it could be her receptivity. So if she shows a level of genuine desire for him, you know, so sometimes, because let's just be honest, if you're single and available, you know, especially as a guy today, if he's a attractive, desirable guy, it's very likely he's entertaining more than one woman.
Yeah,
right?
of
That's
course.
just the landscape, right? So imagine if he's talking to two different women. If one of them is quote unquote, in her head, she's like playing it cool, right?
Yeah.
So she's like kind of really responding very like, you know, once a day or something. And, you know, she's thinking, okay, I'm going to play hard to get. But then another woman that he's maybe talking to, she's showing interest in him. He's flirting with her, but she's also complimenting him, you know? So it seems like that second woman has more desire for him. So he will naturally start to prioritize his energy and time with her over the girl who feels like she's playing it cool.
That's really interesting.
Does that make sense?
That's really interesting. Yeah.
Because ultimately, especially if a guy, you know, if he's a kind of guy who has clearly worked on himself, right? There are going to be some women who have a level of desire for him because of the man that he is, even if they don't know him, but it's like she's appreciating the work he's already done.
High value.
Do you see what I'm saying? And we always go where we should go where we're wanted.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do agree.
So it can give the impression, and the thing is, both women might be very interested in him.
Yeah.
But their approach is different.
Yeah.
And because of this different approach, it can seem like, okay, it seems like with this girl that I have to win her over.
To me. Yeah.
But with this girl, it's like, you know, in terms of whether he respects her or not, is how she dates him.
Yeah.
But the difference is showing desire for him, showing that interest, right?
Do you think that it depends? Because I would say personally, and I'm actually working on this,
yes,
but I would identify myself as like a bit of an emotionally cold woman at first.
Okay.
I'll warm up, but I would say that that's my natural disposition.
Okay.
You know, for reasons that I won't go into.
Okay.
But I feel like, do you feel like there are some men who like that whole like winning over, but then at the same time, I've seen what you said, because I've had guys tell me, look, I feel like you're not really interested. And I've been a little bit surprised at that. Both of the same caliber. But so what do you think? Why is there a difference there?
So a guy who like wants to chase where you're not giving a lot, he's not chasing you, he's chasing your validation.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen when you give him that validation?
Run.
He's going to stop chasing.
Yeah.
He's going to stop putting in the effort.
Yeah. Until you stop again. And Do
you see what I'm saying? And so then what happens is you almost condition that guy, and he's already operating this way, where he only wants you when you seem unavailable.
When he can't have you. Yeah.
But you can't build a relationship if you're not available.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100%.
So, so in that sense, and I understand if you're like, when you say emotionally cold, do you mean that you don't express any level of desire? Is it that you're not open to emotional connection as quickly? Like, what is it?
Yeah, I think I do definitely, like, they know I like them because I'm responsive. Like, I wouldn't respond if I didn't.
Okay.
But I definitely am like slow, you know? Like, so maybe I am messaging back once or twice a day in the start, but it will warm up. Like, they'll know I like them because I will give words of affirmation here and there.
Okay.
But it grows. Like, it grows over time.
I hear that. So you said that guys have said to you that they thought that you didn't like them and that surprised you.
Yeah.
What were their reasons? What did they say?
Well, yeah, like along the lines of, there was one guy in particular where he said, look, like, I really like you, but I feel like, you know, I'm the one who's always initiating. There's never anything back. And he just outright said, he's like, if I'm trying to prioritize you, but then there's other women where it feels like they're more keen, it makes me feel like, is this the right decision? Now, I don't know if like it felt genuine. I don't know how genuine that was. You know, it's hard to know.
Yeah.
But I could see where he was coming from. Yeah, I could see where he was coming
for sure. Because, okay, so let me ask you this. For like a first or second date, do you say, hey, I'm really looking forward to seeing you?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that good? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, it's like I said, because women date who they want. Men date who they can.
Yeah.
Right? So...
Really? Date, do you think? Or maybe?
I mean, date, sleep with, engage romantically with, is what I should say. And so, if there is a level of impression that I don't know if she's actually available to me, he's going to essentially worry that his investment isn't going to be worth it. It's for nothing. Now, I understand. I'm not saying that you should be trying to call him straight out the gate all the time, toss him all the time. But you should invest in him based on how much he's investing in you. As opposed to being like, okay, I'm only going to message him once a day. I'm only going to compliment him like this. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not saying that you are, but just in general.
Yeah.
So if he only messages you once a day and you respond in kind, cool, that's fine. But if he's being flirty and he is making more of an effort, then you can afford to reciprocate more of that energy. Right? As opposed to just be like, okay, cool, I'm going to play it safe. Yeah. Because I understand that. I understand wanting to play it safe, especially as a woman, because you don't want to waste your time, etc. But he doesn't want to waste his time.
That's true. Do
you know what I mean?
It's so difficult because it's a fine line. It's like you can be too cold, but then at the same time, you don't want to overdo it. So I feel like it's best to like be receptive and warm.
Yes.
But not initiate.
But like, let's say initiating a message. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
So why are you afraid to do that?
I don't mind like once in a while. But
once in a while?
Yeah.
You don't really like him.
No, I do, honestly.
Really?
Just, yeah.
I think a lot of guys would, I'm saying from my own experience as well, when it's been, if I can initiate and she initiates as well, it's like, cool, there's reciprocal energy here. Because think of it this way.
But what's the split? 80-20? No,
95-5?
I need to know. Yeah. Yeah.
I think
it can't be 50-50 in terms of her initiating. Yeah.
I think it's, okay. Let me put it this way. This has happened. Several years ago, I remember I was like, okay, I'm open to having a relationship. And there was a couple of girls I was kind of entertaining on the scene. Now, one girl was, and they were both great girls. One girl was initiating. She was probably initiating 60-70% of the messaging.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
She was probably initiating more. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, she's really making an effort. She's into it. Cool.
Yeah.
And the other girl, it was probably the other way where she would initiate a little bit, but it was mainly on me.
Yeah.
And purely because, and here's the thing, because they were both great, it's like, well, I'm not going to not talk to her if she wants to chat. Yeah. So because the other one had been initiating more, naturally more of my time, more of my energy, more of my focus went to her. Yeah. And then we ended up being in a relationship for 2 years and that other girl, nothing happened. That's
really interesting. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So I'm saying that now I'm not, there's no right or wrong to do this as a woman. I understand. But if a guy likes you and he knows he likes you and you're seeing those actions, then showing some initiative actually works in your favor, because for every hour he's talking to you, he's not talking to someone else. Yeah. For every date he has with you, he's not on a date with someone else. Yeah. So if you've been on a few dates and you're like, you got a free weekend and you're liking this guy, you can suggest like, hey, like this gallery this gallery came up. I'd really love to go. We should go. Why can't you do that?
I don't know. Like, I just can't. I don't know.
Why?
Like, it's really bad. Like, even when I was in a relationship before, he was like, why don't you ever like, I'd occasionally suggest things for us to do, but it was mainly him. But some men like making the plans. Like, I feel like, or maybe I'm just like misreading it, because like you see a lot of femininity coaches as well, and just women who will say, let him lead, let him initiate. I believe that the man leads the relationship as well. That's like my perspective. And so isn't that just natural? You know, the occasional, but I would say third date would be too soon, like way too soon for me.
No,
Maybe
okay.
eighth?
The seventh year?
10th, 11th?
10th
I
year?
don't know.
Maybe? Like, I don't know. Maybe I can
Yeah.
start doing it then. Okay. So this is where it's like there's a difference between waiting for the right guy and then attracting the right guy. Waiting is very passive.
Yeah.
To be feminine isn't to be passive. You're active, but in different ways.
Yeah, in receiving mode.
Right?
Yeah.
So men pursue, women attract.
Yeah.
But women who just wait, nothing comes for them.
Yeah.
Now, some guys will pursue if she's
Yeah.
very attractive, etc. So it may not be nothing comes for them, but she's not actually attracting. She's just waiting for things, and she can only choose from the things that come to her.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you know how to attract what you want, whether it's a guy or that investment from the guy that you're seeing, that's where you have a lot more agency as the woman.
Yeah. Okay. This is valid.
So to be feminine doesn't mean to be passive.
Yeah.
It means to be receptive. And reciprocate.
Yeah.
So 100% you should offer, say like, hey, I saw this. I really want to do this. Let me know if you want to, let me know if you want to do this.
Yeah.
And guys really appreciate that. They really appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
valid. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like I've always reciprocated in other ways, but maybe also like suggesting is a good one. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I remember there was something else, the second part of your question, it was something about messaging. So why would a guy, how do you escalate, and why would a guy not escalate? Just keep you in the talking phase. That could be a reason, but it could be because if he's dating more than one woman, maybe he's already involved with one woman. And okay, I'm gonna give you some real.
I think the best thing in that situation is just cut them off. That's what. Yeah.
Cut them off.
Yeah.
I think it depends. If you guys have been talking for like a month, 2 months.
Yeah.
And he's not. And because you can invite him to ask you out, right? Because sometimes what can happen is
if like 2 weeks is the limit.
2 weeks,
definitely, maybe 1. Is that bad? Yeah.
It's not bad. I think. Do you know what it is? Okay, there are some women who they want to talk to a guy for a good 3 or 4 weeks before meeting them.
Fair, yeah.
And there's some women who are happy to, if they match from a dating app or something, they're happy to make plans within a few days because they're like, I'd rather just get to know you in person. Know you
and see, yeah.
But as a guy, we don't know that. Yeah, we don't know which kind of woman you are.
That's true.
And so it's like, we know you're not going to want to meet up with us until you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So if you're the kind of girl who needs, you want to talk to a guy for 2 or 3 weeks before meeting up, but I suggest, hey, like, let's meet up this weekend.
Yeah.
That might make you feel uncomfortable. Be like, yo, you're rushing me.
Sometimes
here.
It's too much. Yeah.
Right. So guys can play it safe.
Okay.
They can be like, well, whether she's a girl who's happy to meet up straight away and get to know that way. I didn't even know
that guys think this. That's interesting.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like, whether you're the girl who's happy to meet up straight away or the girl who needs to talk for 2 or 3 weeks, he can play it safe by, okay, well, I know if I talk to her for 2 or 3 weeks, the likelihood is she's going to be way more comfortable no matter which girl she is to be meeting up with me.
So are you saying that if they don't play it safe, they don't care either way? Like they don't care. It's just out of curiosity.
Not that they don't care, but it's just an approach some guys take.
Yeah.
Because they don't know if you're happy to or if you're not. Or the other, which sometimes happens, is if he's a guy and he's entertaining multiple women, he could be involved with multiple women. So it's like he's keeping a girl on the back burner.
Yeah,
that happens.
That's crazy. Yeah,
that happens. Do girls do that?
Girls definitely do it.
Do girls keep guys? What does it look like when a girl keeps a guy on the back burner?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've actually ever kept a guy on the back burner.
She's lying, guys.
Well, not intentionally, but I don't think, because I think for me, it's like you would definitely only want to be interested in them if you're interested. But what it looks like when a girl puts a guy on the back burner, she just won't meet up with him. Like but she'll continue talking with him. Okay. He'll ask her out. Okay, no, he'll ask her out, and then she might cancel plans last minute, or she'll have like an excuse. And like the first time, like maybe something genuinely happened, but when that keeps on happening, she doesn't answer his calls. all the time type of thing. So yeah, I think that's back burner.
Do you know what's really funny? Men and women actually treat each other the same way.
Yeah.
When they're not interested.
Yeah, so true. So true.
So like guys will be like, I'm confused. Like she messages me, but like, I don't know if she's into me.
She's not.
And girls are like,
she's not
he's messaging me, but I don't know if he's into me. It's like, well, we treat each other the same way.
I just assume if a guy isn't asking you out, he's not interested in you. That's how I take it. Is that accurate?
It really depends on the kind of guy that he is.
Maybe, yeah.
If he's the kind of guy who goes after what he wants, then that's a cue. But if he's a guy who's more chilled and he's like, I'm happy to take things slow.
Okay.
Then he may be, because there's a level of awareness on, which is important, but there's a level of awareness on for guys to not feel like she's being pushed.
That's fair enough. Yeah, we don't have to think about safety from our perspective, but yeah, men.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I would say if you guys have been messaging consistently for more than a few weeks and he's not tried to put something in the diary,
that's very mad.
I would say that's probably not it.
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.